We bonded over a mutual love of films and a mutual dislike of a particular celebrity, and then who we never name, and then we took it from there. We started doing a film podcast and then a radio show together, and then we've been just sort of developing and working together. We've been working together for earlier this month, or earlier in January, it was 11 years since our first radio show.
Yeah.
So we've probably been working together for about 13 years now.
Yeah, and I remember our very first, I remember when I was working in sales at Radio Air, I was having to cold call lots of car dealerships and really soul destroying work. And I remember Larry coming in one afternoon and going, do you want to go into a studio and see and have a play around with the microphone, see what happens?
It was a good sharp line, wasn't it? That
it was, yeah.
Oh,
and then we kissed.
We've been planning this week's daily briefing since 2017.
When Larry and I were talking yesterday, I used a metaphor that I was quite proud of, so I'm going to use it now. Writing the daily briefing is like climbing the same mountain, but every time you climb it, you have to take a different route. And sometimes that route has to be more inventive. So we'll include our friends. So there's like, Jake Yapp, who's an excellent comedian, or Amy Gledhill, delightful sausage, or we have a Trump, who is John DiDomenico, who's an excellent American comedian and impersonator. So we'll try to keep it fresh that way.
Yeah.
We face a constant battle of not doing things because they get likes. We talk about that quite a lot, actually.
Yeah.
About why are we doing this comedy? Who's the target of this joke? We don't want to pigeonhole ourselves. We don't want to pigeon ourselves.
Don't want to pigeon ourselves. It's very painful. Very painful. But, put yourself into a pigeon.
We try and hold the government to account through satire because they are in power and they're the ones making the decisions. And then we get accused of Tory bashing, which is not really what we're doing. It's just that the Tories are in power
and have been
forever. What we're trying to do, which is probably a bit boring and mercenary, we're trying to make a living out of comedy, which any comedian will tell you. And I know you interviewed Silky recently. Leeds comedy legend. It's really hard to do, whatever part of comedy you're in, whether you're, we're obviously sketch comedians, scripted comedy. We know lots of people in stand-up, lots of people in alternative or, live sketch and that kind of thing. It's really hard to make a living. So we're at the moment trying to build a following, because with a following, there is potential that you can at least make enough money to cover the mortgage, and therefore you free up more time. What we'd love to do down the line is to do sort of longer form scripted comedy, writing com or film, which is sort of like the dream.